Week 15 of the NFL, who's made in the playoffs, all the highlights, here we go. Welcome back to another episode of First and 10 Minute Sports. I'm your host Asher, and last week I was able to get to you live from the Seahawks-Cardinals game, and this week we're going to start it off with this week in NFL history. On December 12, 1937, at Wrigley Field in Chicago, the National Football League Championship was played on a sloppy, muddy field surface with temperatures around 24 degrees. The field had frozen shards of mud sticking up across the surface, and many players were reported to be caught up by when they landed on the turf. The Washington Redskins became the champ as they beat the Chicago Bears 28-21. Next up, a little bit of Heisman history. As some of you guys know, it is Heisman Day today, where they will be electing the best college football player. The first Heisman Award was given to Jay Burwanger, a halfback from University of Chicago, won the trophy for being college football's top player in 1935. That's crazy. Next, on December 10, 2016, the youngest player to win a Heisman Trophy award did it at just the age of 19. In the 82nd edition of the trophy, Lamar Jackson was to receive the award. He is a very uniquely talented option quarterback of the University of Louisville, and he was given the trophy. This week, instead of Verse of the Week, I'm going to be showing you a clip that I talked about in my FCA huddle meeting, which means Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I got to lead that, and I think it's just a really good message. Quarterback Kirk Cousins is talking about it, and I'd love for you guys to see it.
It's one thing to be a fan of Jesus. It's another thing to be a fully devoted follower.
Right.
And he talked about the definition of being a disciple is to be a fully devoted follower. And he challenged us to understand that that meant following Jesus even if it cost you something.
Right.
So if culture goes this way and Jesus went this way, if you're a disciple, you got to go this way, even if it costs you something. And so I felt from his challenging teachings in high school and through some of the experiences I've had in sports, I just drove a stake in the ground late in high school that I'm gonna be a fully devoted follower, even if it costs me something, and I'm gonna trust him and build my life on his truth. And through those ups and downs and the roller coaster of life, it makes all the difference.
Right.
Next up, let's talk about some of the highlights from Week 14. So in the AFC, the division leaders are the Bills, Steelers, Texans, and Chiefs, as the Chiefs and the Bills have already gotten a clinched playoff spot. In the NFC, the leaders are the Eagles, Lions, Bucks, and Seahawks. The Eagles and the Lions have both gotten a playoff spot as well. And the only two changes in the entire NFL was the Bucks going up to the number 1 seed and the Falcons going to the 2. The Bucks went to the number 1 seed because they got a pretty good win, and the Rams beat the Bills, a very crazy upset. But here's a good play from that game.
Standing in, letting one rip, going deep. Shakir! Shakir hangs on! Down to the 1! There's another highlight. Stafford, play fake, looking, launching. It is good. Did he stay in? Oh, he did! How on earth did he catch that and stay in bounds? Allen, pressure, gets rid of first down. Shakir, room to run. He splits defenders. Shakir on his feet and he scores. Oh my! 50.
Next up, let's talk about the playoff picture. As I said before, the Chiefs and the Bills and the Lions and the Eagles have all clinched a playoff spot. And the teams for the AFC that are in the hunt are the Steelers at the 3 seed, Texans in the 4 seed, Ravens in the 5 seed, Chargers in the 6th seed, and the Broncos in the 7th seed. In the NFC, the Seahawks are in the 3 seed, Buccaneers are in the 4 seed, Vikings are in the 5 seed, Packers are in the 6th seed, and the Commanders are in the 7th seed. On the bubble for the AFC, the Colts, Dolphins, and Bengals are on there, and there's every other team in the AFC is eliminated. Alright, we just finished up Week 14 in the NFL, and now we're going to be going on to Week 15. In the AFC, everyone's pretty much secured. It's pretty much obvious what the playoffs are going to look like. But in the NFC, the Seahawks, Buccaneers, and Vikings all have a weird spot in the playoffs, as that could be easily changed. The Vikings could be the number 1 seed. The Seahawks could easily not be in the playoffs, and same with the Buccaneers. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. That's all for this episode. Thank you for watching First and 10 Minute Sports. And also a special thank you for all of you guys that have bought Underdog Athletics for Christmas presents. I'm really appreciative of that, and just thank you so much. It would mean a lot if you could like and subscribe to my channel. So in the coming up weeks over Christmas break, my family is going to be traveling, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to film, but I'm going to try to film as much as I can. So that's it for this episode. I'm Asher. Stay low, hit hard, and God bless. Oh, and Merry Christmas.